Good morning and welcome to Traders 20 on ET Now. I'm Mekha Chadha.
Hi everyone, I'm Avan Dabash. Well, Traders 20, this is the show where we get you a daily dose of 20 fresh stock ideas so that you can have a profitable trading day. Our technical experts will come together over the next 30 minutes to identify some of the most exciting bets in the markets.
And as always, along with all those equity trading ideas, we'll also be showcasing commodity picks as well as strategies that would help you make the best of the futures and options markets. So let's get started with the show. First up, by introducing the 6 technical titans who are going to be with us. We've got Ashwini joining in from New Delhi, Mitesh, Sandeep and Prakash are here with us right in Mumbai, Rajat Bose in Kolkata and Deepak Mohani in Pune.
Well, a pretty firm day for the indices. So you've got the Nifty as we speak currently at 59.79. For the Sensex, it's up by 30 points, so 19,697. The market breadth as we speak is absolutely even Steven. In terms of sectoral indices, you've got the auto pack once again powering ahead. So it's going to be a pretty good week for the auto index itself. Oil and gas also is doing their bit. On the downside, it's cap goods and FMCG. Take a look at Tata Motors in top gear today as well. ONGC following suit. In fact, it's hit the highest level since May 2011. Select banking names, Rel Infra looking fairly strong. You've also got SBI and HDFC Bank, Wipro, as well as DLF and GAIL India added to that list. PNB, Hero MotoCorp and Tata Steel. On the downside, BHEL, that's looking a bit iffy today, so off by just about 1.5%. In terms of select banking names, you've got ICICI Bank, which is looking a bit muted. Lupin, Ambuja Cements, Bharti Airtel, L&T, as well as ACC and Unilever off in the session. But on that note, it's time to get started with Traders 20, get you a slew of trading ideas. But here's a disclaimer from our end. Do make sure that you consult your financial advisor before taking positions in any of the stocks that have been recommended. On that note, let's bring on board Ashwini Gujral, who now joins in from New Delhi, as well as Mitesh Thakkar, who is with us in Mumbai. Ashwini, to start off with, what's your trading hypothesis at 59.82 on the index, and what are your top trading recommendations this Thursday morning?
Well, the market is not showing any upside momentum, and so far, in spite of good global cues, we've not made any headway on the upside. I think the open is very close to the high of the day. So overall, we are in a very, very tight range, 5970 to about 6020. Similarly, on the Bank Nifty, 12,630 to about 12,830. These are both cash levels. So momentum is flagging, but we'll have to see whether that translates to any kind of major downside, or whether the market just consolidates sideways and moves up. Both situations are possible. In that scenario, you have to choose sector specific kind of moves. So Petronet LNG is a buy with a stop about 164, target of 180. Tech Mahindra is a buy with a stop about 945, target of 1000. Allahabad Bank is a sell with a stop about 184, target of 168. And IRB Infra is a sell with a stop about 135, target of 122.
Okay, 2 buying and 2 shorting ideas coming in from Ashwini's table right now. Mitesh, take it to you, and what do you make of the index at the current juncture as well as your trading recommendations?
See, index isn't doing much, but I think, we are possibly close to some kind of a reversal, because if you draw a trend line on the intraday chart starting from levels of around 55.60 where the up move started, I think, we are just on the verge of breaking that. So if we start trading below levels of, let's say, 5960, I think my sense would be that we will go in for a slightly deeper kind of a correction and look for levels of around 5880, 5870, possibly even 5850 on the downside to be tested. So there could be more of a pullback happening if we break below 5960. Having said that, I think it's doing a range at higher levels. So I think we are still trading with a marginal long bias. So I think below 5960 we would like to exit a lot of long positions. But for the time being, I think individual stocks are showing a lot of strength, and that's where some kind of breakouts are succeeding. So maybe Nifty will just manage to hold on to these levels, cling above these levels, and give an upside breakout on the chart. So I think keeping that possibility is slightly more weightage than the breakdown possibility. I think we are trading slightly long on the stock side. So I've got a buy on Ashok Leyland with a stop at 26.75 for a target of 28. I think it's moved up slightly. The buy is around 27.10 levels. Suzlon is a buy with a stop below 1960 and a target of 22.5, slightly positional kind of a call. It's broken out of about the last 4-5 weeks of consolidation. That's a very positive sign. ACC is a sell with a stop at 1401, and I would look for a price target of 1330 to about 1335 being observed over here. It's kind of been weakish. Cement has given some kind of short-term breakdown on charts, and I think ACC could be a good short candidate. And finally, buy on HCL Tech, where we've seen some intraday buy signals with a stop at 634 for a target of 670 on the upside.
Okay, that's a word coming in. It's some buy calls and sell calls that Mitesh Thakkar is recommending. A solitary sell, in fact, coming in for an ACC. But moving on then, let's get individual stock queries answered on the show. Our first query for the day comes in on Z Entertainment. We've got a live caller with us. Prasanjit joins in on the phone line from Kolkata. Prasanjit, hi, welcome to the show. Tell us your query.
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm Prasanjit Barik from Kolkata. My query is on Z Entertainment Limited. I'm holding 100 shares at the rate of 223. I want to know what is the future for this company. Shall I add more, hold or sell? My time horizon is around 1 year.
Well, boss, when you say your time horizon is 1 year, you should be very clear what is the downside on the stock and what is the upside on the stock. If you say your time horizon is 1 year, you should buy at the 200-day moving average. The reason for that is only then your risk reward is in favor. Because from a 1 year perspective, it's very likely that the stock could go back to 165, 170. So are you betting for an upside of about 280? In that case, your risk reward is 1:1. So even then, it does not make sense, even if the target would be 280. But if you buy it around 165, 170, keep a 150 rupee type of stop, and then look for a 260, 270 type of a target, then your risk reward justifies this position. So as of today, since it has appreciated quite a bit, from 223 incrementally over 1 year, the risk reward is unfavorable. So please, next time onwards, if you have a 3-month view, try to look at the 50-day moving average. If you have a 1 year view, try to look at the 200-day moving average. The closer you buy it to the moving average, the better your risk reward would be. Surely, if the market breaks out, maybe you can get another 10-15 bucks. But I won't call that great trading, that risking 50 bucks on the downside and making 15 rupees on the upside.
Okay, that's some very important advice actually by Ashwini on when you should be looking at buying into stocks, because daily moving averages are a critical indicator as well. Move on to the second query for the day. This one comes in all the way from Dubai, and we've got Kushal joining us on the phone line. Kushal, hi, thanks very much for being with us. Tell us about your question on KUMARS.
Yeah, I have 4,500 at the rate of 13.85.
So problem with this stock is that, these guys, more or less the entire company is pledged. So each time the stock goes down, the pledged shares come into the market. Now, what you have done is you are buying a lottery ticket, because in no other terms, in terms of fundamental or technical, a buy is justified. So if you just want to take a punt, without worrying about any kind of losses, etc., that's a different story. But otherwise, I don't think this is a great investment, and one that will go from 13 to 45. It doesn't look like it. So maybe, since you are in the money, I believe by about 2 bucks, it'll be useful to keep a break-even stop. I mean, it's never fun losing money, so try to keep a break-even stop and then see what you can get. But if I were you, I would move to a better stock, because money is after all money, whether put in a good or a bad stock. If you still want to be here, the next level you can probably look at is about 17, 18.
Okay, that's some advice coming in, keeping a trailing stop loss perhaps on KUMARS. And thanks very much once again, Kushal, for joining in. Moving on then to our last and final query for the day, which comes in on result candidate yesterday, INDUSIND Bank via email. Now, this has been sent in from Arun. He wants to know if he can look to buy into INDUSIND Bank at the current level with the time horizon of the next 4 to 5 months. Ashwini.
It's very interesting that people are asking us today that when they should buy a particular stock. That's always good. Again, on INDUSIND, since he has a 4 to 5 month type of horizon, it's useful to buy the stock on a decline at about its 50-day moving average. That's around 400. If you buy around 400 and keep a 385 type of stop loss, chances are you'll get a 520 type of target. Again, I'm asking people to wait. That's not often the easiest way. But if you buy right now and your, target is 520, I mean, you're taking a risk of 55 points. The risk reward is, unfavorable. So it will be best to wait and try to buy this on a decline.
Okay, so look at buying into an INDUSIND bank on declines. But before we move ahead, a reminder once again that if you act on any of the advice on any of the stocks that have been discussed on the show, please consult your investment advisor before doing so. Well, let's quickly look at what's happening with the broader end of the markets as well. We're just at about 59.78 on the Nifty, but the mid-cap index, at least at this point, is trading with marginal bit of green. But what's propping up is a Tech Mahindra that's gained a good 3% in the session right now. Suzlon, second day in a running. We're seeing good traction build up here, so it's at 20.35 as we speak. Oil India, Ashok Leyland, NHPC, as well as a Pipava are also some of the counters that are shining in the session. And on the downside, though, some bit of selling pressure coming into a Cadila Healthcare. So Pharma seems to be on a bit of a back foot because we've also got a Glenmark that's lost close to 2%. Punch Lloyd and India Cements, as well as an OBC, are among some of the other movers.
Well, as promised, Sandeep Wagle and Prakash Gaba are standing by to walk us through their top trading recommendations. And Sandeep, it's 2 sell calls and a solitary buy. What's the chart of ACC looking like? Because Mitesh was shorting this candidate as well.
Yes, the cement stocks are looking weak and ACC and Ambuja both are looking weak. So I have a sell in ACC, stop loss of 1395, target of 1360. A very clear trend line breakdown in the daily chart. So this move should come in over the next day or two. The second one is a sell in RCOM, but it has bounced back strongly. So I would want to sell it in NSE cash below 8160 levels, maybe 1 rupee lower only, then it should be sold. A stop loss can be 82.95 and a target is 77.30. A breakdown of the swing low in the early chart. So in case it breaks 8160, this target can be reached probably by end of the day or by tomorrow. And the third one is a buy in Suzlon, stop loss of 1950, target of 23. A clear breakout of a swing high in the daily chart. So this move should come in over the next 2 to 3 days, possibly 4 days.
All right, those are 3 recommendations coming in from Sandeep right now. Mr. Gaba, take it to you, and what is it that you've spotted?
Yeah, I like to go for 3 shots, all 3 of them. Starting with perhaps Jubilant Food. Gives a feeling that Jubilant Food is down. We should see levels closer to around 1255 or so. Have a stop about 1295 and trade the short side. Jubilant Food looks like a sell. Second stock that looks like a sell is Reliance Capital. Now Reliance Capital again has seen some kind of a tired pattern in the upper reaches, more of an exhaustion pattern. It should slide down to levels closer to 490. I would have a stop above, recommend a stop of 5. Stop above 505 and trade the short side. And third perhaps would be BHEL. Here it's a broken down structure. This actually can slide down to levels closer to 225 or so. Have a stop about 237 or so and trade the short side. 225, 227 is the range I'm looking at in BHEL if you have a short side.
Okay, that is what Prakash Gaba is recommending. Well, time then to tell you how the broader markets are shaping up. And you do have the small cap index, which is showing you a fairly negative bias as we speak. But it's exceedingly quiet, but close to the lowest point of the day. Remember, yesterday, also by the end of the session, all of that outperformance fizzled out. Some of the big losers then, Asia International, I think it's been 40% off over the last 2 days, despite a clarification coming in from the management to ET now that all of the financial irregularities are baseless and that the promoters will be pumping in 42 crores into the company. Elantis Beck, we had spoken about the company, also the offer for sale, 1127 on last tick. Pratibha Industries also looking a tad weak in today's session, so that one's off by 3.7%. Sayaji Hotels down by close to 4%, and you've got a Hindustan Sanitary Ware, which is on the downside. What's holding up? Well, you've got a Magma FinCorp. That's one showing you tremendous traction, close to a double-digit gain is what you're seeing on that counter. Apart from that, you've got a Gujarat NRE Co. clearly giving it a big thumbs up to the quarterly numbers that it declared just yesterday. You've got a Deccan Chronicle, which is showing you quite a bit of positive traction after yesterday's down day. Sterling Holidays and M&B Switchgears for the second day on the trot is on the upside.
Okay, time to get you some more trading ideas then with Rajat as well as Deepak. Now, Rajat, start with you. And, cement clearly seems to be a favorite shorting candidate today. We've got Sandeep and Mitesh talking about ACC, and you've got a strategy on Ambuja now.
See, if you look at the Ambuja end of day chart, you will find that there is a clear sign of a breakdown because it has broken below its 50-day moving average, below its 90-day moving average, and closed much lower. And of course, only thing going for the bulls is that there had been poor volume yesterday. I mean, volumes had not been that much. But my feeling is that this is actually headed down, and hence I have chosen this as a shorting candidate. I would say that you can sell at current levels, and targets could be 194.50 to about 193. It can go even further down, but then as of now this target suffices. The second candidate, of course, is the best performer of yesterday if you leave Tata Motors aside. I mean, State Bank, I would say that this is a hedge counter in today's session. If the market were to really take a tumble, at least State Bank and Tata Motors happen to be showing some relative strength. You can buy it here with the targets of say 25, 55, 64 and 25.80. 25.80 is a major resistance, so I'm not expecting it to be crossed immediately. And carry State Bank unless it closes below 25.20 today. 25.20 had been the earlier target, and hence I'm using that as a stop loss at current levels. Finally, my favorite trading counter, Nifty futures. Even though I got stopped out a couple of days back, but I would say sell it again. I would put a stop loss above 6038, and I would keep targets of 5995, 5986 and 5975, and on further downswing it can even hit 5960. So Nifty is a sell.
Okay, Nifty is a sell, as is Ambuja Cements. The only long candidate is an SBI. Finally to Deepak Mohani to find out what his trading recommendations are. Deepak, what's looking attractive on the charts according to you?
I've got all three longs, and the Nifty and a lot of stocks in the market are indeed falling, but you do have individual movers which are making good gains on the upside, so going all long today. Reliance Infrastructure is the first one, stop loss of 559, target of 590. The stock is up to a 4-month high today, and it started a fresh move after a bit of a dip yesterday. Lakshmi Vilas Bank, that's the second one, stop loss of 119.5, target of 126. It's one of the strongest banks and started a fresh move after a bit of a correction. I'd given this before the market open as well, but this is with a slightly higher target and revised stop loss. Petronet LNG is the third buy, stop loss of 165, target of 174. It's the stock had broken out past 165 about 3-4 days back and then pulled back. Now it's resuming a move, so an excellent point to get in. And at the moment, it's at a 8-week high.
Okay, so despite the very flat market, Deepak's managed to identify 3 buying ideas that you could be looking at. With that, of course, we wrap up all the equity trading ideas, but what's happening with the commodities basket right now, and what are the trades that you could be looking at here? As you know, we've got a fair bit of strength that's been witnessed in crude oil prices right now. However, in the precious metals basket, we are seeing some bit of pressure building up as far as gold prices are concerned. Silver, on the other hand, is showing a bit of a contrarian move, and we've got silver prices hovering around that $30 an ounce mark in the international markets. So how can you be looking at playing all these commodities? To get you an expert perspective on that, we've got Vandana Bharti, Senior Research Analyst at SMC Comtrade, joining us now on the show. Vandana, hi, thanks very much for being with us. Give us a sense of what you're seeing in the commodities markets, as well as your first trading idea, I believe, which is on silver.
I would like to give a sell call on silver, though I'm a buyer in short run, but for intraday I'm expecting that this commodity may take some correction because dollar index is continuously moving up, and from past few trading week we have seen that it is continuously moving up. But yes, 2 major events are scheduled, one of Bank of England interest rate and second is ECB interest rate. We are expecting that they will keep the interest rate unchanged, but yes, it may give some support to the gold and silver prices in the evening, but overall it may trade in a negative zone, and silver may move towards its very strong support of 57,500 to 57,000 in today's trading session. So for that level, I'm a seller in silver, and for my second commodity is crude, because we got a very good number from China, and export was better than expected. It was only expected 4-5%, and it came near the level of 14%. So yes, market is optimistic right now, and we have seen some good movement in crude oil. So in Indian market, I would like to give a buy call at the level of 5110 for the target of 5150 with the stop loss of 5095. In international market, it is trading near $93, and it may try to hit the level of $96.
Vandana, thanks very much for taking time out and joining in with those commodity trading recommendations right here on the show. So it's a sell when it comes to silver. Crude, of course, is a buy. And remember, the crude oil futures today dipped to a 3-day low on account of the rising U.S. inventories. Well, that about wraps up this session of Traders 20. Quick disclaimer from our end. Please do remember to consult your financial advisor if at all you will be taking on board any recommendations. Thanks very much to all of our 6 technical experts for joining in with their equity trading bets.